Hello and welcome. June favorites, June recap, June. Okay, so I'm going to start with June favorites. And the first thing I'm going to start with is a favorite that is not something I can show you, it's just something I could tell you. My favorite thing in June right now is that tomorrow's the last day. So it's been that kind of month. Next, I'm going to talk about some personal care items. It'll be pretty quick. If it's not your thing, you could just, jump ahead. And then I'll go over the decks that I used in June. A couple of decks that I received in June, but earlier in June, right? Like not because I just talked about some decks I just received the other day. So I'm not going to talk about those again. And a couple of consumables I've been enjoying, stuff. Incense. Okay, here we are. So, for work I've been wearing full PPE. That doesn't look like it's changing anytime soon. So I gotta tell you that makeup, I really miss wearing lipstick. I really miss wearing, a nice lip gloss. I miss wearing makeup in general. I put some on when, occasionally when I record a video, like when I'm home, but not for work because, well, I'm wearing a mask. Mask makes my face itch, and that's why I'm going to share one of my favorites for the month of June. It got hot suddenly here, so we went from like having unseasonably cool to cold weather, and then we had some really hot weather, hot and muggy, which is kind of unusual for here as well. And we received reusable, reusable PPE gowns specifically at my job, and oh my gosh, it's leftover polyester from the 70s, people, and it's hot as hell with it's long sleeves, like it's full coverage stuff, right? And yeah, as far as like protection, excellent. As far as being able to breathe in it, not so much. So being a person with sensitive skin, there's been some rashy issues from like just heat rash, like on my chest, like a baby. Heat rash on on certain parts of my body, but anyway, nothing I could do about it. So one of my favorite things this past month, and I think it's going on 2 months that I'm using it, is my Badger Cocoa Lip Balm. This one is in, come closer. This one's in vanilla bean, basically cocoa butter. It's just a cocoa butter stick with a bit of vanilla bean in it, if that, because for me, I don't find it, I just find that, it smells just like my regular cocoa butter stick, but it's a little softer. The next thing, remember I mentioned like the mask and all that stuff? Oh my gosh, people, like 2 hours in, my face starts to itch, something unbelievable. I'm not going to wear makeup because I bring these guys to work. I get these at Dollarama, as you could see from the little price tag. Dollarama is a Canadian dollar store chain. Basically to wipe my face, to wash my face with, or cleanse my face, and then put a fresh mask on. I know, right? It's like, eh. Next thing I've been really enjoying, I've been enjoying this like probably my whole life, so this is craziness, right? It's just that it's not available in this format. I don't know why. And it's Johnson's Baby Cream. It's just like the baby lotion, the pink one. But for whatever reason, this baby cream comes in and it comes out. It's like, some, in the 80s it was available and then it was gone for, anyways, it was recently available for a little while. I probably bought it at a dollar store. I don't know, people. I don't know why this thing is hard to find. But you know, when I run out of this, I'll just use the lotion, and it's a comfort thing, right? It's a moisturizer, but at the same time, it's comfort. I also use this to remove eye makeup, but I'm not, you know, it's not the case, right? And then the last two personal care items were recent, June. I got them recently in June. The first one is all right. It's just all right. It's a Yardley moisturizing body mist. It's like faintly scented, right? It's meant to be like refreshing and whatever. It's the same kind of thing, right? It's like you're hot and sweaty at work. You give yourself a little spritz with this stuff just to freshen up a little bit. It's not strongly scented at all. At all, like if at all. Like, you know what I mean? It's like when you spray it on, you can smell it just faintly. It faintly smells of English lavender, which is what it says. And it's refreshing. Now, I have this relationship with Lily of the Valley. I love Lily of the Valley. It freaking hates me. It hates my body chemistry. I got this hoping that, you know, because it's the same product, it's the moisturizing fragrance body mist. I was hoping that because it's not a perfume, a fragrance, or anything like that, because it's so light, that maybe it would work with my body chemistry. No. Lily of the Valley hates me. This smells like rotting vegetation on me. And interestingly enough, this one is quite strong on my body chemistry because it hates it. It smells like rotting vegetation. This one is faint. This one's really strong. So, sadness. It's kind of weird. I'll either pass it on to one of my daughters if they like it. If not, it's going to be linen spray or whatever. You know, like a room spray. So that's it with the personal care items. I gotta tell you, uninspired this month. Uninspired. This month just felt like let's just get through it, kind of month. And that's and we're at half the year now. Yeah. So, but I have to say, if there's one consumable I have been really loving, it's this. It's incense from. This is the handmade incense. The house blended, the house made handmade incense from the store The Crystal Fox in Laurel, Maryland. They have an online store. For me, I'm really excited. I can't wait to place my my order, which I will be placing any day now, for some supplies I've really been missing. I mentioned in a previous video, this was sent to me by Queen Osset, the incredible, incomparable, unbelievable Queen Osset. And Sea Salt and Rue is my favorite. So is Dark Queen. I received some frankincense and myrrh, some frank, some myrrh separate, some dragon's blood. Love those. But these were new to me, like a unique blends to me, and it's like obsessed. So I'm pretty excited because I had mentioned in a previous video that there isn't a real full service metaphysical store that ships that in Canada anymore. If you own a metaphysical store in Canada, I'm sorry. I would love to support you, but I need stuff like handmade incense. I need things like herbs and a full range of fragrance oils and magical oils, because I make a lot of stuff. But the Crystal Fox has all this stuff, so I'm very excited. I'm very excited to be able to shop there, that they will ship to me, and I'm also very excited to support this store because incredible. For those of you who do not know, I believe that Queen Osset is employed there, and yeah, maybe she even made these. I should have asked, but anyway, obsessed. Beautiful quality. It's like they're not dry. You can, the oil, you see, like, look at the bag. Look, there's oils on these jaw sticks. Anyway, when I receive my order that I'll be placing shortly, I will definitely share my haul. All right. Next not incense related thing, but you know, same kind of thing. 2 crystals I've been using at work. I've been working with I've always had the Ace of Swords energy with me. I think I mentioned in a past video, I wear the Ace of Swords from the original Rider-Waite on the back of my ID. I'm still working a lot with the energy of the Ace of Swords, and it's been extremely helpful, especially in terms of mental clarity and also technical skills. What else? Oh, I've been carrying the same rocks in my pockets every day for work. I have a black onyx, labradorite, and a river jasper. I found the river jasper in a parking lot somewhere. Someone identified for me what that stone was, and so I've been carrying it ever since I found it. And 2 other ones. One is a beautiful smoky quartz that was sent to me by Queen Osset, and this beautiful clear quartz that was sent to me by the I can never say this freaking word, entropy. And it's funny because I used to be a gerontological nurse, so entropy was like, you know, something I used to say a lot. Entropy Apothecary, Susan. So I've been loving these 2 a lot. Okay. Next, now I'm going to talk about one other divination thing. So I'm going to give a shout out to a channel that I've loved for a long time. I've loved this channel. I've been watching this channel. It's an Italian language channel, and the lady who's in the lady is Italian, and she's Italian. She now lives in Ireland, but I've been watching her channel, I want to say minimum 4 years, and it's Simply Cementese, and I'm going to link her below in the information box. I started watching her because I didn't want to lose my Italian. Basically, you know, plain and simple. Not having anyone that I speak Italian with, and I maintain it by watching YouTube videos and reading, and you know, communicating with people via email. And I gotta tell you, it's still not enough. If you're not using it every day, sometimes you know, I feel like I've lost quite a bit of it. You know what I mean? It's like dialect, not so much, but you know what there's always something. All right, so I'm going to link to her channel below. I started watching her because because it was the subject matter was something that for me was really relaxing. Makeup, monthly empty, her monthly empties. You know, she was beautiful. She is beautiful. It was a beauty channel. And then, you know, over time she evolved into talking about, like, you know, less waste and, you know, reusing and DIY and all this stuff, and self-help, personal growth. And then, much to my glee, she came on the scene and she started talking about tarot and oracle cards, and she does those videos where, you know, pick a pile readings and stuff like that, which I think are adorable. But anyway, I will link her below. I forgot why I was that's why this is where this is all leading up to. Anyway, she does these charms readings, right? And I saw And I've seen other people do the thing where they have charms, right, for charms readings, and it just brings me back to my childhood with the charms readings. This is really cute and old fashioned, and anyway, so you could go on Etsy and they charge you a lot of money for little charms. But what I loved about the lady on Semplicemente Se is that she shared how she created her charms bucket. And she started just collecting random stuff, random little things in her house. So I started collecting little things in my house that are meaningful and started popping them into a jar. So we'll see where that goes. But we all have those little tchotchkes and thingies that, we don't want to get rid of them, but they just sit at the bottom of a junk drawer. Well, maybe you could start your own little charms kit. Finally, cards. So, in the month of June, I had the opportunity to obtain the Gaian Tarot, the French language Gaian Tarot, by Joanna Powell Colbert. And it was because I had been for the longest time thinking about and wanting a more contemporary tarot deck, but I didn't want it contemporary to the point where it could be I don't know how to describe it. I wanted it to be contemporary but timeless at the same time. So, and I wasn't looking for anything political. I wasn't looking for. I wanted the diversity to be organic, not. Diversity in the deck had to be intentional, organic, and just because you do need people of different different ages, genders, cultures represented, because it's the Gaian tarot. It's Gaia. It's the world tarot, right? And oh my gosh, this for me fits the bill. And I don't know I hope I don't offend anybody with my comment about the diversity has to be organic. And it has to, not manufactured but you know what? I've been on the internet since 1998. My tagline should be offending people and pissing them off on the internet since 1998, because me, it's a natural gift. I did it just yesterday. So, but I'm really happy with my Gaian Tarot in French. I got it for a really good price from someone secondhand. And I was eventually going to get the one by Schiffer, like I had already said when I got this one. But, being able to obtain this one made me really, really happy, because I had seen it on Indigo Moon Woman's channel and I just fell in love with it. And I'm fluently bilingual, so why not? This is the Five of Cups, or the Five of Water, Sancto, and the expression on this person's face says it all. For that, and I think I mentioned it in my other video on this deck. So I'm very, very happy with my contemporary yet timeless Gaian Tarot by Joanna Powell Colbert. I don't know what I was gonna say, but I almost said it wrong. I do have the Herb Crafters Tarot on my wish list. I was going to. I had pulled the trigger on it and then canceled the order because it was one of those third-party situations with Amazon. It was like a little bait and switch thing. First it was Amazon, but then when I saw the confirmed order, it looked like a third-party seller. Right away canceled it because I've had nothing but acte from third-party sellers on Amazon. But anyway, so it's still on the Herb Crafters Tarot is still on my wish list. Now, last year I had the Herbal Tarot, and I traded it away because I didn't connect to it, and and now this is why I mentioned in a previous video. I'm going to mention it again. I'm taking a page out of Shamanic Arawak Priestess's book. Instead of just getting rid of them, they go in a box, because now just recently I had to repurchase the Herbal Tarot, which I'm waiting for. It's in the mail, but fortunately I was able to find an older one, and I think an older one from the 80s, or like the previous box from the 80s. I don't know. I think it has softer color. I don't know if it has softer colors or what the story is, but I don't know. The box makes me happy. So I was able to, I purchased that from someone that I know for a long time on the internet, through Italian witchcraft and the Italian witchcraft forum back in the day. So I'm waiting for that to come in the mail. So I'm pretty excited about that. So let's talk about, and why am I talking about the Herb Crafters and the Herbal Tarot? Well, this past month, my tarot decks I was working with daily were Tarot of the She, and lots of you love this this deck, and me included. I worked at Tarot of the She. I had a momentary where I sometimes I go through, this is the first time I did the whole month with the same deck, and I think it's because I had 2 tarot decks on the go instead of just one for daily draws. But I had a momentary, and this is probably a subject for another video, where I'm thinking like, ugh, I hate everything I have, and I just threw it in a box, including this guy, and I went and I fished it out the next day because I was like, oh my god, where's my deck? But anyway, just, I don't know, I was just feeling, the only way I could describe this with this facial expression. But anyway, use it in the month of June. This one is a perennial favorite. This one is so clear with its messages. You look at me, instead of showing you, I'm looking at them. This one is so clear with its messages, if it appeals to you. I love the energy of the She. They're no nonsense. They don't coddle. Like, you know, the energy of the spirits that speak through these cards, they don't sugarcoat, they don't coddle, but they're very neutral. You know, they don't go out of their way to be mean or anything in terms of tone. They're very neutral. Sometimes too neutral. You know, you're looking for you're not going to get comfort. At least I don't get comfort from them, unless the comfort I'm searching for is, you know, through facts, right? If I want them to give me the straight facts, then yeah, it's very comforting. But it's very neutral, and there's something otherworldly about this neutrality with the She. It's, of course, otherworldly, but yeah, I don't know. You know, when you work with different spirits, right? Like if you're like me and you work with saints, and you work with, and saints used to be human. You work with ancestral spirits. You work with spirits that used to be human, and therefore they totally get the human experience. But they also, you know, can communicate to you on human terms. These guys, they're not human, so there's that element missing that makes alien is the best word I could describe it. It's alien to me, how it's completely void of emotion. It's completely void of judgment. It's kind of, I don't even know how to describe it, but freaking love this deck. And again, I had a momentary, I don't know, momentary insane moment. I have these when I feel anxiety coming on about other stuff, or like I don't know, when I'm just not in when I'm not in a good place, um, I want everything gone, and that's at least I'm aware of it, and I just put stuff away, and then I bring it back out when I'm ready. The other tarot deck that I worked with the Tarot of the Sheen, which is probably why I lasted the whole month, because normally what happens is that whatever deck I choose to work with for the whole month, I end up halfway through the month. By day 15, I'm kind of I don't know how to describe it. It's done. It's like I feel like I need something else. But because I was working with the Tarot of Trees simultaneously, I find that I was able to just work with these two throughout the whole month. I got Tarot of Trees as a gift from Aquarius Crone. And oh my God, thank you so much, Aquarius Crone, because I really love them. I actually love them more than the next deck I'm going to talk about. They're trees. There's no people, there's just trees. And it's Rider-Waite-Smith. And I think, especially when it comes to the court cards, the absence of people really makes these cards clear. Especially when you get it, in terms of court cards and major arcana, where you have where they're gendered. Sometimes that I'm telling you, people, it's like I'm completely inarticulate today. This works. This works so well, but as a daily draw, as my go-to deck for the month of June, for insight. The most interest. It plays really well with Tarot of the She. It was really interesting when I would get the same card from Tarot of the She and Tarot of Trees. I don't have the guidebook. I did go to the creator's website, Etsy, to see if I could order the guidebook, but in big bold letters it said does not ship to Canada. Somewhere there, it just doesn't ship to me. So that hoary old chestnut. But anyway, I'm really happy I have the cards, and they're Rider-Waite-Smith, and that's fine. Which takes me to my next comment. The guidebook for Tarot of Trees does not ship to Canada. And I think I saw in the Etsy store that these are going to be reprinted, and it'll be interesting to see what the next incarnation of these cards will be. I really love this cute size for these. These are the backs, and I edged mine in black. So it'll be interesting to see what the creator does with the next printing of it. But I think it's really I'm searching for my words, people, today. I was able to order the creator's Plant Spirit Oracle and guidebook not that long ago. So why I can't order the guidebook for the Tarot of Trees, because it won't ship to me, I don't understand. And you're probably wondering, Grace, did you reach out to the creator? No, because typically I get there's typically two answers I get from creators. One, none at all. They don't get back to me. The other is just, oh, sorry, no. Okay. So, not being in the mood to get either of those responses, I didn't reach out to the creator. But bear in mind, I think I just ordered these 2 months ago. They shipped to me just fine, and they arrived in freaking record time. I was charged priority shipping, and it was shipped priority. So, um, high marks for that. So this is the Oracle deck that I worked with in June. I'm a little lukewarm on it, and I'll tell you why I'm lukewarm on it. I didn't use it a lot. It's beautiful. But I think it's because I was more in a tarot headspace. I would draw a daily card. I would look at the keywords. For instance, this one, New England Aster, Fortune, Stars Align, Action. But these keywords aren't enough, which is why there's a guidebook. And most of the time this month I just wasn't inspired to pick up the guidebook, which is not that there's nothing wrong with this oracle, and I don't dislike it. It was just me, a little bit of like malaise, ennui, whatever it is that whatever my problem was. But I do love these cards. There's more than just herbs. There's the elemental cards, and there's some other kind of cards. See, I don't know it that well because I didn't spend the appropriate time with it. I'm not even showing you the cards. Seriously, people. Sorry about that. Now, one of the reasons I haven't pulled the trigger on Herb Crafters Tarot is, one, I just recently had the opportunity to purchase from someone I know the Herbal Tarot, which is, I think it's an earlier edition, or it's an older one, or whatever, but I'm pretty sure it's exactly like the one that's currently being sold, just the box is different. And so I'm waiting for that. Because I just recently purchased the Herbal Tarot, I went onto Amazon and got the guidebook that goes with it by Michael Tierra. That is Canteen is also the other author's name, or the other person who's involved in that guidebook, created that guidebook on Amazon for like $13, and so I've been revisiting that one, and I really, really enjoy it. But also this oracle, first of all, the colors are incredible. Oh, here's another card that's not just herbal, and here's air, beautiful. So because I'm waiting on the Herbal Tarot to come, and I'm going to revisit the Herbal Tarot, and I have the Plant Spirit Oracle and this guidebook, which, oh my god, look at this cover, people. But anyway, beautiful. This too is really good for a guidebook. It's just me that wasn't in the mood this month. So it's not the book's fault, it's not the deck's fault, it's nobody's fault. I just wasn't in the mood. But I'll put these away, and then I'll see when I get my Herbal Tarot, I'll see how they work together. So there's that. Now, I two oracle decks that I pulled out because I just wasn't feeling the Plant Spirits, Oracle. And I think this has happened before. I typically don't enjoy using Tarot and Oracle by the same creator at the same time, which is bizarre. But I remembered last year I had a similar experience with Osho Zen Tarot. I prefer using a different oracle with the Osho Zen and not the Tao Oracle by Madhava Padma by the same creator. So I don't know, it's probably just a personality quirk. Anyway, so I hauled out a deck that I've had not that long. I want to say I got it just before I started my channel last year. And it's the Wild Wisdom of the Fairy Oracle. And when I received it, this one's by Blue Angel. I understand there's the one by Blue Angel, and then there's the one by Llewellyn. I don't know, maybe Llewellyn is just distributing Blue Angel. I don't know. This one I got it on the book depository, I think in 2018. And I was, I didn't know they had changed packaging or aesthetics. So I have the ones with the lilac and tan backs and white backs, and the borders, these borders, which I gotta tell you people, it drives me nuts when one border is thinner than the other, when the card's not centered. But it's what it is. So it's not, I could trim it because it's the same on the backs, but I don't always want to trim. I like the size of these cards. Anyway, so I went on a Facebook group, Canadian Tarot Oracle Trading Facebook group, and posted an in search of ISO, the older edition that are brown backs, brown borders on the front. And the lovely woman who runs that Facebook group quickly posted, it's available. If you're French speaking, it's available in French. So I ordered it in French, and it's on its way, and it's certainly brown, and I'm very excited. But I don't know, Lucy Cavendish decks, I didn't bond at all. Like I didn't resonate, whatever word you want me to use, that makes sense, with the deck she made with Beckett Griffith, with the big-headed dolls with the big eyes and stuff like that. Probably because I used to have one of those Victorian dolls with that kind of face when I was a kid, and it used to sit on my dresser, and it wasn't a doll you could play with. It was just for decoration, and I had to dust it once a week, and it offered nothing in terms of friendship. But so I don't resonate with those images at all. But I do enjoy this deck. I do enjoy I have quite a few fairy decks, and Oracle and Tarot. I have to say, in my tarot collection, I probably have, of all the types of tarot decks I probably have primarily Rider-Waite-Smith, versions of Rider-Waite-Smith, and fairy tarot, and then a little bit of everything else. But I really enjoy these cards, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm really looking forward to getting my brown ones. And it does me some good to maintain my French language. So yeah, so at some point I'll probably end up rehoming these guys when I get my French one. But of all of Lucy Cavendish decks, this is the one I like the most. But I don't know if she has other ones that I haven't met yet. But I like this one a lot. Okay, the next deck. Oh my God, and I think it's the last deck I'm going to talk about. No, it's not. So I hauled this one out. I've had this one a very, very long time. It was a gift. I received it as a gift by my friend, and I just hang on to it because it's a little tacky, and I love it. And it's this one. It's the Magical Mermaids and Dolphins Oracle cards by none other than Doreen Virtue. This one I think dates back to 2003. Look, it's got like the stapled guidebook, just like my Healing with the Fairies deck. I got it from it was the same friend who bought me Healing with the Fairies and this one. And So it's a little sentimental. Yeah, 2003. Oh my gosh, my daughter was born in 2003. Anyway, so this one, for the longest time, I just had edged it in light blue Sharpie, and it didn't look good. It looked really spotty and kind of weird. But the light won't pick it up, and I don't think you'll be able to see it on camera. But this past month, while I was watching YouTube videos, I think I can catch it a little bit. I went over the blue edging with a Crayola silver glitter marker, and I like the way it turned out. I think it suits the deck nicely. This is, like I said, I hang on to it because it's sentimental, because I love the color palette of this deck. I love mermaids, I love dolphins, but there's something charming and tacky about this one, and again, it's tied into that whole sentimental value. This is not an oracle. It says oracle deck, right? But this is like really an affirmation deck, or it's a cheer you up deck. And that it does really, really well. This card, this was my stalker card all month, and it's true. I know there's a new Mermaid Oracle out on the market just recently, and I saw the walkthrough or the flip through by the creator on YouTube. She's really cute, but man, does she remind me of someone. She's really cute, not but she's really cute, and she reminds me of someone, and I can't put my finger on it. And it's a pretty deck, but I already have one, so I don't even know if I'll be getting the other one. Again, like, this one's tied up with so much sentimentality. I got this deck as a gift when my daughter was born by my friend, so. And I like how there's dolphins in this one, and how weird the different art is. See, it's all how you feel about how you feel about the deck based on how you receive the deck. This was a gift by someone I love, so I think it's cute that, you know, the art changes from card to card. And that it's an affirmation. It's a very positive, very gentle, very positive. This also, Hay House and the music cards. Okay, maybe one more. Oh, this card stalked me a lot in June, and yeah, this one too was right on, because another thing that happened for me in June is that I pulled Ishal again as my goddess. So from Marashinsky and Ranayanto's deck, Goddess Oracle. 4 out of 6 months this year, I pulled Ishal. And, you know, Ishal is creativity, and I didn't do anything creative in June at all. Okay, maybe I cooked a couple of meals where, you know, I channeled my creativity, but that was it. And the last deck I used this month, and I think I mentioned it just recently, and it's in this fuzzy leopard print bag that I got at Daiso with satin lining years ago, is The Animal Wise Tarot by Ted Andrews. And this one, I had the Dreams of Gaia tarot, and I just couldn't connect to the cards The guidebook was incredible, but the cards, I felt like I was hanging out with people that I didn't fit in with. Is what the cards felt like. Is that like I thought they were really cool, but I just didn't feel like I fit in. So I took this off. I passed my Dreams of Gaia, the full size, which is a beautiful Blue Angel edition, and I passed that on to my eldest daughter because I think she fit in with that, with those people, and beautiful deck. But I just felt like I didn't fit in, and I pulled these guys off my shelf, and I have two. I have this one, the first edition, and I have the one that's currently available, and I've yada yada yada. I mentioned before that the cardstock on the current one is a lot better than this one, because this is the kind of cardstock. This is old-fashioned cardstock. This can potentially crease, and all this to tell you that this guidebook functions for me the same way. It occupies a similar space as the Dreams of Gaia guidebook, but even more so. It's like I feel like it's more in tune with the way my spirituality, the way it's shaped and formed. So, all right. Oh my gosh, people, 46 minutes. I'm sorry, my energy's a little bit low today, and I don't mean to be a downer. Month. This is a month-end video of a month that was like, that I'm happy is over. But I'm also looking forward to next month. July is my birthday month, mine and my husband's. Our birthdays are literally days apart. We're both Leos. And it's my dog's birthday month, because when we adopted her, just counting back the months of roughly how old she was and her personality, my dog is also a Leo. You've heard her in some videos in the background. My dog is more Leo than I am. I don't know, maybe she's Leo in her chart. So it's birthday month. July is also anniversary month for my channel. I can't believe that, it's been a year. I can't believe that it's already been a year, because I still feel like I just started on YouTube. Also, I can't believe that I have like something like 1,200 plus subscribers. Wow. So thank you to all of you who subscribed, that watch my videos, and all this stuff. So yeah, so I'm looking forward to July. I'm looking forward to this month ending. I'm looking forward to see what the rest of the year looks like, because this is the halfway mark, folks. Tomorrow is the halfway mark through the year. This was a depth year for me, and it still is. My depth year, 2019, had the whole like not buying anything. But 2020 wasn't about not buying. It was about now that, because I had stopped buying, I knew what I liked and what I didn't like, and it was more about focusing on the things that bring me joy. And honestly, with everything being closed, I got to tell you, there's a lot of things that I'm not doing. I haven't done in months that bring me joy. One thing, and it's, this is like first world problems, people. I miss thrift shopping, but so much. I miss thrift shopping. And I think it's because, well, for me, it's a pilgrimage going to a thrift store, right? It's like there's lots of spirits in a thrift store, because a lot of the, if you go to a really good one where it's like, the people who previously owned this stuff have passed on or whatever. You also have to be careful not to bring anything home, like an unwanted guest home, or a stowaway home. when you shop at thrift stores, but I really miss it. And yeah, you know what? In the comments down below, mention some things you miss. I bet there's people who miss working. And I know my husband, he misses going to his job. See, me, I would have been perfectly happy working from home, but I don't have the kind of occupation where you work from home. Whereas my husband does have an occupation where, for him, it's like there was no interruption. He went to work, and then one day he was home working. And he's been working at home since. And the poor guy, the cabin fever, the struggle is real. Those of you who are experiencing it, you all know. So, feel welcome in the comment section down below. Tell me what you miss since the pandemic that, you can't do, or you haven't been able to do, or it's been closed, or whatever. And we can all support each other. Anyway. Oh, and in case you were wondering, as far as I'm concerned, all I do is go to my place of employment and come home. Like a lot of people that are essential service, that's pretty much all we've been doing too. So please share in the comment section down below something that you miss, so that we can all give you a virtual hug and support you. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in to my monthly favorites, monthly recap. I don't know. I'm going to probably still call it monthly favorites, but there just wasn't a lot of stuff this month. All right. Again, because I said I was about to close my video and I'm still talking, wishing you all a beautiful day. Bye-bye.